This meeting marks the start of the work of the Eminent Persons Group, work that promises to be both challenging and rewarding. The National Dialogue, therefore, is an opportunity to mobilize South Africans to address these challenges and restore our country to the path of transformation, of development and progress. It should be seen as an opportunity to build on the achievements of the last 3 decades by defining a shared vision and a common program to take our country forward. The National Dialogue draws on a rich tradition of discussion, debate, and united action. In fact, we can safely and confidently say that dialoguing is not a new phenomenon to South Africans. We've held a number of dialogues, and many of those, if not all, have been truly positive or have yielded positive results. The latest one we held was when we drafted our Constitution. The National Dialogue seeks to provide a platform for this richness of ideas to be brought to bear on the challenges that we face. The National Dialogue does not and is not aimed at displacing the democratic processes mandated by our Constitution. Its outcomes cannot supersede the electoral mandates that the parties that contested for elections and were finally elected into our parliament carry, as well as cannot supersede the mandates of the executive of the nation. As eminent persons, you are not being asked to represent any particular constituency or organization. Rather, you are being called upon to use your experience, your acumen, your knowledge, your perspectives, and your energy to give South Africans confidence that participation in the National Dialogue can help to advance their interests and secure their future. We are asking you as eminent persons to be the champions of the National Dialogue, not cheerleaders. We expect that you will critically consider the progress and the conduct of the National Dialogue and provide advice where correction is required. We expect that the National Dialogue process will be contested, as everything in our country is contested, that it may be used to score political points or to advance particular interests. We should not be surprised if there is skepticism or disinterest from some quarters of South African society about the National Dialogue. We have already been confronted by the challenge of misinformation and misrepresentation, whether on what is perceived as the high cost of the National Dialogue or on who is running it. But that should not distract us from the work that we have to do, to give a platform to the millions of voices in our country so that they may be heard and so that they may be counted. This Eminent Persons Group should be ensuring that we give South Africans that which they want: effectiveness and inclusivity.
I'm so happy that we finally are here because, we're trying to answer those questions ourselves. We were appointed a couple of weeks ago, And we get the gist of what we're trying to achieve, but we don't want this to be a conversation for the sake of conversation. We really wanted to shift the needle in terms of the development of our democracy. And so whether or not we're going to be able to, I don't think it's an option. I don't think we have an option or a choice to be inclusive. We have to be inclusive. I think it is only right for us to ensure that the millions of voices of young people who are not in employment, education or training, young people who are innovating, who are leading, who are ideating, who are hustling, young people who are living with disabilities, young women who are, almost at every point a possible statistic in terms of gender-based violence and femicide, their voices need to be heard in this particular dialogue. They need to be in the room, and it's going to be our responsibility to champion that.